This week we're going to be looking a little bit at the skimmers that came into Destiny 2. Dragon Ball FighterZ had a new console gen update with the rollback implementation, and we're going to go ahead and talk about that. And I got my hands on Berserk Boy, the indie title that boasts a nice combination between retro style games like Mega Man and Sonic. And yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Hello. My name is Mr. Psyke, and welcome to my show. In the fighting game arena, I looked forward to the thought of one of my favorite fighting games, Dragon Ball FighterZ, getting a new console update and rollback. It was pretty exciting. While Dragon Ball FighterZ is indeed showing its age at this point, and there are plenty of good, if not great, fighting games to play right now, the loyal base of fans for the fighting game and fighting games in general and Dragon Ball have been awaiting the rollback for this game for quite some time. Well, the verdict is out, and it seems to be pretty ass, with PS5 players taking the largest brunt of the bugs and glitches during matches. The overall rollback experience has not been great, and that's been the sentiment amongst players all over the place. Most stating that there hasn't been any change since the beta version of the rollback that released last fall. For comparison's sake, there are plenty of players saying the overall experience, it's still working bounds above where it was when it was in delay-based netcode, but, you know, when things are working well, they're working well, but right now, things are not always working very well. I believe that getting rollback into Dragon Ball FighterZ would be a really easy win if they can implement it properly. Right now, it seems like we have just a serviceable version, but my hopes are that they can get the rollback working so I can stop sitting here crying about the fact that Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 is probably either way off on the horizon or simply not even in development. Bungie is throwing game crashes to the wind this week, and probably trying to generate some buzz as they square up for their bout with Bungie fans in the pivotal upcoming release. But Skimmers dropped, and traversal in Destiny has never been the same, with some world hubs looking like a mini skate park. Ah, Tony Hawk would truly be proud. Normally, the Guardian games comes and goes with the same formula as most of the D2 holiday events do. However, I saw some D2 players that have been a bit burned out looking like they haven't for a while and really enjoying the game. They're enjoying the clips, all the discourse, and, you know, Bungie gave us something nice. Eyes are still on the final shape, and I will assume that this little bump in people checking out Destiny Pro Skater 3 will add some eyes to the game, which might be the perfect time for them to send out some info for what's coming off onto the horizon. I'm not holding my breath, but let's go ahead and keep our eyes out. Indie game for the week, and I'm really happy to report that Berserk Boy, the retro-inspired platformer, dropped, and I had to jump in and check it out, and this one is absolutely amazing. It was initially described to me as Mega Man meets Sonic. While Sonic fans have had a couple of moments to eat more recently, I think Mega Man fans are still waiting for their peak, you know, successor, or that hard and confirmed sequel, you know. A lot of us are scared and traumatized from the hype train and inevitable fall that was Mighty Number 9. For those who don't know or have, you know, understandably neuralized that memory from your storage banks, Mighty Number 9 started as a Kickstarter with so much Mega Man hype injected into its DNA. You were basically not a Mega Man fan if you didn't know that this project was at least in existence. A memeable marketing campaign, unrealistic stretch goals, as well as just some bad reverb amongst the fans' vibe check, led to a disastrous failure for the Mighty Number 9 game. However, despite my fears, I keep my eyes, however, hopeful that some sort of real Mega Man sequel is emerge. And that's why I was so attracted to check out Berserk Boy. Well, I'm not going to overhype you and say that this game is that, because it's not. However, it does aspire to have a wonderful melding of the feelings that you get when you play Mega Man with a dose of the high-octane flow state you enter when you're running around in a Sonic game. The anime influence and retro game influence is dripping in every scene. The character designs are fun and over the top in the best way. And the way the game unfolds, the more you master the abilities and defeat the bosses, you start to get much more in a like Sonic type movement space. You start to maximize your abilities and find out like what skills defeat each bosses, much like a Mega Man game. And the more you optimize, the faster you move, much like a Sonic game. The option to include an old school mode that forces you to play your lives and forces you to get quicker mastery of the game will have you replaying sections very much like you did in the glory days of the Blue Bomber. Berserk Boy is a wonderful taste of those retro game aesthetics with a pace inserted that will, it'll delight anybody looking for a good platformer, if not inspire a couple of, speedrunners to get in there and show off what they're doing. Is this the Mega Man game that we were looking for in 2024? Probably not, but I don't think that's what it wanted to be. A well-built indie title with a great pace, a great price, and tipping its hat to those that came before it while creating a new package that I can enjoy, makes it an easy sell, an easy win, and an easy game to recommend for everybody looking for something to play out there. If you got time and you're on PC or Switch, I would strongly suggest checking this one out. Thank you for watching the video. These videos are pulled from my live video podcast. To be part of the live discussion or see everything full and unedited, join me Sundays 10 a.m. PST where we talk about gaming, anime, and VTubing each week on the Mr. Psyche Show. Like, subscribe, and remember to be kind to each other. Peace.